start, George?
Yes. Had enough of winter.
It's live right now, just waiting for people to log in, and that way I can log on too. Folks, sorry for a little bit of delay here. We just had Ty Lescourt just showed up, so welcome Ty here. Wait for a couple more people to join in.
Nervous? I am.
I doubt it.
Folks, if you're just tuning in, we'll get started here momentarily. We're just waiting for a couple more people to log on. Folks, if you're starting to watch us right now, go ahead and share it with all your followers on Facebook, and maybe perhaps they'll watch too. And see you guys later.
Team Lescourt is headed out of the house. Team
And,
Lescourt has left the building.
All right, we might as well get started. We have 17 people watching right now. Folks, thank you for watching episode 3 of our 2018 Facebook Live series here at Daddy's Pizza in Claremont, New Hampshire. Again, we thank Pat and Ellen and Ashley for having us every other week here at Daddy's Pizza.
Oh, and don't forget Elizabeth.
And Elizabeth as well. She's new here, so we welcome her to the staff, and they've been great hosts to us. And George Powers, Toby Batchelor, Zach Lynn, the 2017 Wildcat Champion. But George, I think you had to say something before we got started today.
Yeah, we got a couple of people out there. First off, Andy Hall, longtime announcer through many tracks throughout the Northeast, including Claremont Speedway, and is currently the voice of the Granite State Pro Stock Series. Underwent surgery this week, had a tumor taken out from behind his ear canal, and he is home relaxing, recovering. And we just want you to know we're pulling for you, Andy. I know I was supposed to text you this morning. I didn't. I'm sorry. I had kind of a crazy day. But we wish you a speedy recovery, Andy Hall. And Mike Griggs, who lost a finger in an industrial accident this week. We'd also like to wish him good luck and a high five for get well soon. You know, we're pulling for you, Mike. Oh, so they took one of his other fingers off and put it on there.
Mike Griggs, as we know, he's been a flagman a couple of places, and very supportive of Claremont Speedway. So yeah. We wish Andy and Mike speedy recovery.
And I'm sure, you know, Mikey will be back waving flag, but his biggest problem is he's going to have to learn to pick his nose left-handed.
This is starting over. So tonight, as we said, we have in the house, tonight's guest is our 2017 Wildcat, T-Bird Mini Mart Wildcat Champion, Zach Lynn. And then we're going to talk to Zach for a little while, find out how his 17 season went, what's 18 shaping up, how that's going to be for him. And then after we speak to Zach for a little bit, we're going to release the preliminary details of our first of our 2 open modified races that Claremont Speedway is hosting, and you won't be disappointed in those. So the first race of that's August 18th, so that'll come up after an interview with Zach. So, Zach, thank you for joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
Chris Culver wasn't supposed to join us as well, but Chris has a family emergency in Florida he's dealing with, so we hope to have Chris on the next show if he's able to make it. But so, Zach, you know, it's interesting for you because you had a Speedway best in a number of categories this past season. You had 6 feature wins, which is the Speedway top. You had feature laps led. You led 123 laps out of 13 races for the Wildcats. You had 6 heat race wins, which you were tied actually with Cody Sabins in the same division, but best of the Speedway. And you had 12 podium finishes, which is also the top. And you had 13 top 5s in 13 races. Your worst finish was 4th. So, I mean, how do you think your season went?
It was pretty good. I mean, no complaints. We got real lucky through the season. We had
Well, wait a minute. No complaints from you, but I heard a lot of other drivers.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they do no matter what. So, but no, we had a good season. We were very fortunate to have a healthy car. You know, we finished every race. We had no DNFs. That helped us a lot.
It's true because I mean, the year before you ran 5 events. You know, you were getting used to running with a 4-cylinder for your first season doing that. And you came in the first night. Actually, your first night was your worst night. You finished 4th.
Yep.
And then after that, it was gangbusters. I mean, you had a couple battles there with Greg Millett at the beginning of the year before they got rid of the car. I mean, why do you think you did so well this past season? I mean, you said no DNS, which is true. I mean, you seemed like you hardly. There was one race you had contact, a couple pieces of contact, but you still finished the podium finish.
Yeah, I had a couple close calls, but what really helped us was going to practice every single week and really using your brain to try to figure out the car. And you ask 5 different people of what you should do to change your car, you're going to get 5 different answers. So we turned away from everybody. We just used our heads and really thought, well, if we change this, how is it going to affect that? And we wrote notes down. We were there at every single practice, like I said, and we really started to figure it out and learn how the car works, how the weight transfers, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, because I don't know if there was another driver at the track that probably put on as many practice laps. I mean, you were at every single Wednesday practice, I think. And
I maybe missed one, but that was about it. We tried to figure it out. I mean, we took steps in the wrong direction, thinking that we're going to take steps forward. We took steps back, and we learned. So we wrote that information down and just kept trying, and eventually we started figuring it out, and that's when things got pretty serious.
At what point did you really feel confident that you had things in control?
I would say about 5 races in, we're around almost halfway through the season, we really started getting to figure out how to make that car turn left, planting tires on the ground, not making it push and not making it loose. Everybody knows that car is very healthily loose.
Yes, it
So
was.
we fought it, and we finally figured it out. And now I feel more comfortable coming into the 2018 season right off the bat. I feel better about learning so much that I did last year that I can put towards this new season and maybe figure out more. So that's the plan.
Now you're coming in with the same car?
Same
with
car,
some changes.
Some changes. They're taking away some horsepower, which is, I agree 100%. So I'm happy about that, honestly. It's going to make for some better racing. We got some new cars coming this year, some drivers that are probably going to put in the effort trying to make it practice and stuff. I really like to see the class grow. So
I mean, right now I think we have over 10 cars registered, which is good, and that doesn't include you either.
yeah, I need to register tonight. I'm a little behind.
But it's that's going to be a good. Dale Squires Jr. is going to be running in that division again.
Yep.
So he'll be. Yeah, I'm sure Cody will probably dabble, and if he's out there as well.
Dave Donahue,
Yeah, Dave Donahue came in. No, he's actually moved up. He's going to a different division.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. But he made a big change from the beginning to the end last year too.
Yep.
He started looking real strong towards the end of the season.
Yeah, there's a number of drivers too. I mean, Nick Little is leaving the division. He's going to the street stocks. Samantha Stoddard sold her car. She's going to college. So there'll be some changes in the Wildcat division this year, but I still think you're still going to have. Josh Rondo's actually registered too, so there's another.
I've talked to Josh a little bit, and he's going to do some racing. I don't know if he's going to do a full season. Time will tell.
What was it like when you got your first win this year?
It was a big weight off the shoulders. I mean, I tried, and I fought to try to get a win. And once we got it, it was like no other feeling. It took a while to sink in, just like the championship. I had the championship wrapped up, and it didn't sink in until the end of the season. So.
Yeah, because I mean, so you had 6 feature wins, which was like I said, the tops in the division. And so I think it was you, and then Cody had won 3 or 4. I can't remember what the actual numbers were now.
Yeah.
So I looked and remembered. But there was only 3 or 4 winners in that whole division. I mean, did you? And you basically had to come from the back. I think you were our 3rd highest, most cars, start to finish cars passed or positions gained, I should say. Between I think Ricky Bly was 1st, Dylan was 2nd, and you were 3rd. Because you always had to come from the back.
Right.
And there was that one race I remember that you made contact. That was the night you had the camera in your car.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you do go on to YouTube and look at 949 Productions, Kyle Smith has a video on there of in-car camera of Zach getting involved in a couple of skirmishes and still finished on the podium that night.
Yep, I believe I started in the back, got in one wreck, got sent to the back again, made it towards the front. That was a heck of a night right there.
I've got a couple of people watching right now. Heather Burrow says, hello, Zachary. Love from Asheville.
That'd be my sister. Hi, Heather.
Jeff White says hi.
Jeff.
Dan LaFoe says hello from North Carolina. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Saw you a couple over the weekend there. I'm glad you traveled back, made it safely. Jeff White wants to know, do you have your daughter shovel ready to go track?
I broke it.
It's
Too much snow.
way too
The
much
shovel
thought.
got broke.
Yeah. Stephanie McMaster, you're watching from Ireland. We thank you for tuning in tonight.
Ireland.
Yep.
Wow.
Appreciate
That's like
that.
that's like, you know, way past Charlestown.
It is.
Yeah.
Way past. And then, of course, Brooks watching.
I'm glad Brookie's watching. Hi, Brookie May. I love you.
You started out, before you got into four cylinders, you used to race motocross.
Used to race motocross. About 7 years old. About to I was 20, 21. Broke a lot of bones. Got out of it.
Where did you run?
All over New England. We did Jolly Rogers, Canaan, Southwick, Massachusetts, Crow Hill, Massachusetts. We went all over the place, and that was a lot of fun. That was a big experience growing up, and racing runs in my family bloodline, and that's how I got into it. Is uncles racing motocross and stuff like that. And I had fun doing it. Unfortunately, I broke a lot of bones, got a lot of injuries, and decided that's enough.
You ever jumped the Intimidator at
Yep.
Jolly Roger?
Yep, one of the first ones to do it on an 85 cc's.
I've seen that. I don't know if I would want it, but
Oh,
it's, I mean, how was the transition for you going between,
A dirt bike to a car, well, I've always been interested in cars, and I've always played with cars. Even when I raced dirt bikes, I had street cars and made good power to go into Epping, do some drag racing and stuff. And then I've done a few road course events. I've done 24 Hours of Lemons. And so I had some background with cars before I hopped in and did circle track. I honestly wish I'd done the circle track sooner, but I'm glad I did it. But it's a lot of fun. Still got to use your head, which is part of racing, and that's what really brings the competitors, higher in the ranks, is really using your head to figure out stuff. So.
I mean, you talked about that. I mean, you practice to try to figure out how your car is going to react to certain situations and stuff. And there weren't many drivers, at least, that probably put the effort in that you did week after week. And, they kept, a lot of them would say, well, he has more horsepower. Yes, you did, because it'd be nothing for you to see you go from 8th to 1st and then on a backstretch.
Right.
But you also made the car go through the corner and stay out of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, the horsepower certainly helped, but until that car turned, it was when it was really locked in. Really felt confident about how the car handled and making it work and everything. So,
folks, if you have questions, send them in to Zach. He'll try to answer them, or George will answer them for Zach. That's and I
may not be good.
Yeah, I don't know if you want those answers. Scott Shearer says 29 plus Fearless equals championship. Some Fearless Freddy fans out there. Jonathan Baker says, I'm gonna one up and give it a shot this year. Hope to race with you, Zach.
Yeah, I've talked to Jonathan a few times, and a few other people that say they'd like to come out and give it a whirl, either at Claremont Speedway or Monadnock. Again, this year we might make some trips down to Monadnock and have some fun down there, so love racing with you guys.
Patty Lynn, hey Zach. Family's watching from Asheville.
Hi, Mother.
Yeah.
say hi, Mom.
That's right, they moved down there, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
I was hoping the band would be still around. I'd love to have them come perform
Yeah.
the track.
A lot of people miss them.
Yes, we do. If you ever know the band Salin, nice reggae band. They were around the area for a long, long time. Yeah, this guy can have some connections if you want him to play.
Yeah. A few.
Yeah. Ernie Boudreaux says best of luck this season.
Same with you. Dylan.
Lenny Rogers wants to know, you guys going to let him race your car this year? We are, but they'll have less horsepower.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what 2018 holds for you. What are your expectations coming up?
Be competitive, but we have newcomers that are, like I said, going to add some competition. We got Josh Rondu, who's going to make some more races. Cody, I'm sure, is going to go for maybe a full season this year, hopefully. That'd be awesome. We got Travis Lockwood coming in. And I know he's willing to play. He's asked some questions to me, and trying to figure it out already. So I know he's going to be.
And he's raced before.
And he's raced before, and he's gonna, he's gonna be on his ball game. If he doesn't sell his car.
That's right. Because last year he was registered, then I'm selling his car, I believe. So.
Yeah, I helped him out last year a little bit, and then he had plans to go to a Legend. It didn't happen. So glad to see him back this year. Should be a fun season.
Yeah, Kyle Templeton, I think, is going to race this year too. In
yeah, Kyle Templeton, and he helped out with Littlewood.
Yeah, I saw that. Emily Miller wants to know how tall you are.
He's from his toes all the way up to his head.
Depends what shoes I'm wearing, okay?
Yeah, it's a good question coming from the table across the way over there.
The Peanut Gallery.
The Northeast Mini Stock Tour is running 3 events at Claremont this year. They're running the one on May 11th. They're running the 4-cylinder Nationals on September 15th, I believe, and then they're also running a special show on Labor Day weekend. Are you going to try to convert your car over and run any of those, or do you have another car for those?
We're in the works of building another car. We have a few different options, but we are going to build a mini stock. My car is unfortunately a little bit too heavy and be kind of too much to make a Wildcat Champion mini stock with that car. We tried last year. We gave it heck, and we didn't qualify, but. This season we were building another car for it, and then 2019 we might be running the tour races. So.
Now, if you don't mind telling us what type of car you're building, what model, what make?
Look, it's looking like an Acura Integra. Mm-hmm. They're, a well-known car, and people make them work. I mean, Cody makes his work, both his mini stock and his Wildcat. So we have one of those sitting around that we might just put to use for that reason. So.
Let's talk about that night you didn't qualify for that 4-cylinder, because you were, you had your heat race. At one point, I think you were leading one of them, and then something.
Yeah, that was an interesting night. I mean, we had, the first heat race, then you had a Consi, and you had last chance qualifier, and all of them I was so close. Whether it be because I think it was the top 3 out of the first heat races, and I was right there, got bumped out. And then the Consi I got bumped out, and then the last chance, I was leading it, and I got moved. So
yeah, because I remember us being in the tower, and like, I cannot believe Zach Lynn is not qualified here. The interesting part was it showed the difference. Everyone thought you had all this power, and you run your car with that tour. It just showed you the difference.
Yeah. And, there was, 40-something cars that night?
Yep, 40 cars.
I mean, that's a lot of cars. And me being that I was one of the top Wildcats and I got the championship, I didn't qualify for it. It shows how much it takes to go that next step,
Mm-hmm. But you had a lot of help not qualifying, too.
Yeah. I had a lot of help not qualifying for sure. But
yeah, that was an interesting night too, because we figured for sure, but it was a nice gauge too. Like I said, it showed the difference between the differences in the divisions.
Yeah.
Because those mini stocks do turn. I mean, it's super sweet times on a 4-cylinder engine. So
yeah, well, those are pretty good 4-cylinder engines, and that short wheelbase makes such a huge difference. They get through the turns so fast. I mean, they just go through the turns a lot faster than a big PA car can. Mm-hmm.
And what was it like when you won the championship? You said it didn't quite sit in. Right?
It didn't sit in. We had it wrapped up, and it really didn't click in my head that we actually got it. Like, as any racer, that's your goal, is to go out there and try to get the championship. And when we locked it in, like I said, it didn't really register in the head. I mean, towards the end of the season, the last race is like we actually did it.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, because you came down through that last night. You basically just had to. I mean, you didn't have to really do anything. You didn't have to be there. Really.
Right.
You already locked up by that point in time.
But he still ran hard.
Yeah, he actually finished second, and then got the win. Let's talk about that teardown that night after, because there's pictures of you, and I probably should have put it on the slide.
Teardown or a rip-apart?
A rip-apart. Basically, you take your engine out of your car, and you're like, whatever, I'll do whatever you want.
I really had no complaints this year. There's a lot of people complaining, and so that's the whole reason why I tore it down. I had the option to not tear it down. That makes me look bad.
Yeah.
I didn't want that. So knowing what it took to take it apart, I was like, oh boy. But we did it, and we proved the point. We proved were legal all year. They didn't find anything, you know, I mean, that's awesome. So we had a full season with no disqualifications. That's pretty good for me, so.
Yeah, and they had to pick it up, tow it into the garage, and they
Yeah,
had to come in the next day.
I pretty much said, you know, the deal is we rip it apart. I'm not putting it back together tonight. It's going in the barn. So they agreed with that. Phil and Jim, both great people. They helped out. And I said no. And Brian Baker, Sean.
Zach Thomas says, along with power, Lynn put in the time to make it fast.
Yes,
You can also wheel, which helps.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Raymond Ard asked a question, if his car is legal, why wouldn't they let him race? This year, there's a rule change in that division.
Yeah. Change the rule.
And Monadnock did as well, so they're backing Monadnock and following that, which is good. That's what they try to do. So Claremont cars, Monadnock cars can go both tracks and race without changing much.
And it's a competition rule to make the competition better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you had gone down there, right, and run, what was it there, strictly? Light. Yeah, and you were ahead of the curve down there, and did they move you up?
Yeah, they bumped me up to the mini stocks, and same thing, you know, went there and fought, and it didn't work well, but, you know, we tried, we had fun, so.
Briggsy, you missed a shout out earlier, watch the replay, George gave you some love, buddy, so just, you may want to watch that, it was clean too, so
Yeah.
we're thankful.
Kinda.
Yeah. Let's see, what other interests do you have? What are your goals, I guess, racing-wise? Would you want to stay in 4 cylinders? I mean, there was some rumors last year that you were possibly going to go to a street stock.
Yeah, I tried out a limited sportsman street stock, and then I tried out a super street, and I like both of them. Right now, for budget-wise, I have a lot of 4-cylinder stuff to build a mini stock, and that's what pushes me towards it. I'm familiar with the 4 cylinders. I feel like that's a good starting point with going up to the mini stocks. There's more adjustments. I'm starting to get familiar with those adjustments versus the Wildcat. So I think that's a good place to start. Do I see myself in the limited super? Yeah, absolutely. Not this coming season, but up and coming, yeah, I think it's a possibility. So I like Claremont Speedway. I like staying close to it. So yeah, I think it's definitely an option.
Any aspirations beyond those, do you think? I mean, are you just going to take it year by year as to what you want to do?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, I'm young as it is. I have goals in racing, so we're trying to take it easy and figure out what's best and what's feasible and what makes sense, basically. So,
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with your division this year, because if that's the case and that gap has been closed up, because there's a couple of you guys that were a little faster than everybody else. There's a young, Morris, the younger Morris, he got better as the year went on too.
Absolutely, he progressed.
Yeah, so there's a number of different drivers that I think are going to, should be interesting in the T-Bird Mini Mile Wildcats.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm trying to think what other interests you have outside of racing.
not a whole lot, really.
You're a car guru, though, right?
I am a car guru. You know, if I have the time on building the mini stock, we have a road course car that we're going to put together. I already have it. It's got a roll cage in it and stuff, and want to make kind of a street car, road course car. Go to Canaan, play with, have some fun on the weekends with some other friends and stuff. So.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Tell everyone about what you use for your plow car. Zach lives across the street from me, so I see him quite a bit. We'll wave to each other. Anything else when we're out clearing our yards or during the summertime when we're mowing. But Zach has this plow truck is pretty interesting.
Yeah, so I got a Subaru Forester wagon. Works pretty good, you know. I got sick of shoveling, snow blowing. It's not exactly fun sitting out there snow blowing when it's blowing back in your face. So it is something that's maneuverable in the yard beyond my Suburban, because that really wasn't going to work. So it gets the job done. And I stay warm.
Now, did you actually put a plow on it?
Oh, yeah.
There's a hydraulic plow in it.
Oh, no kidding. Awesome.
Yeah, clean up his yard pretty quick to the neighbors.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You take care of the neighbor, too?
He doesn't let me. He likes to snowblow.
I do. I like to, yeah.
Because
He's got a narrow driveway. I think he's got to throw it out.
I'll tell you why. He's worried that you're going to mess up his nice sidewalk.
Oh, is that what it is? Zach dealt with it too, though. You see, Zach's got that same drop off on the side. But, yeah, I'm trying to, it's, It's going to be one of those years, I think, for you especially, because everyone's going to be aiming for you and try to unseat you. And there's still going to be that talk, too, because there was that talk last year. He's cheating, he's cheating.
Yep. I definitely put an X on my back, and they chased it. A lot of rumors. People want to take me out. But
You're always going to have those rumors.
I think a lot of it is just hearsay. But we upset some people. We made them happy again. Cody Sabins. We got into it a few times, and we both like each other. We're both happy.
Well, that's a good rivalry, though, because that division needs rivalries.
Yeah.
And that was a rivalry. In fact, you look at that Speedway Illustrated that just came out this month, and that picture of you sideways with Cody, and that's in that video that I mentioned on 949 Productions.
Yep.
That's shot from that same race. And there was a rivalry every time the two of you raced together. It was you could see it in both your faces. You go down to Victory Lane in the interview, and if you won, vice versa, if you won or he won, you could tell you were disappointed, and he was as well.
Yeah.
But it was last year's champion against the upcoming champion,
Yes.
and it wasn't really like just a passing of the torch. It was a rivalry.
No, and I think it's still going to be there too. I look
Oh yeah,
forward
absolutely.
Nothing's given away. So
No, it's going to be. They'll put on a hell of a show like they did last year.
Absolutely. And Josh will add to that.
Yep.
Yes.
And of course, Dale Squires,
Yep.
he'll bring his A game. It's going to be
Kyle
an
Courier
interesting season.
started fast as the year went on too. And Kyle will be back as well.
Ever steady.
He's ready. He's ready. I'm
The
not
ever
sure
steady
I'm not
Kyle
sure how much he's
Courier.
gonna run, but yeah, ever steady, Mr. Consistent.
Yep,
I call him.
absolutely. Doesn't cause any trouble.
it does him a favor. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
He finishes third in points every single year. Last year he had a runner-up. A podium finish.
He had one podium, right?
For him, and still he had a great. And he doesn't tear his stuff.
Exactly. Smart driver.
He races clean.
One day you got to DJ Gerard.
DJ, it was fun, yeah.
Yep. And then you and Cody. Other than that, you're probably pretty much stayed clean for the course of the year. That makes a huge difference. We talked about it with the Super Street drivers, Ricky and Dylan, the last show that their equipment went home in one piece. That makes a huge difference. So you don't have to readjust it.
One of the things that's big on auto racing is getting sponsors. And you had some decent sponsors this year.
Last year we didn't have as many as you would think. We had a lot of names on the car, but we didn't get handed a lot of money to put forward to it. We helped some companies out, some businesses out, and such. This year we're looking a little bit better. We got a Newport Chiropractic Center on board. Jeff's a great guy, so he's helping out. We got Ron's Fiction Shop, Stonehouse Forge. Later on last season we got Ace Tex Tire and Auto. We're hoping we can get them back.
Long-time supporter. Ace Tex used to be really involved in the race.
Yep,
Matt does a great
good
job
guy.
with it. Yeah. Mike went overboard with sponsoring, but Matt still does what he can. Matt's a really good guy. And who else do you have on there?
We're trying to get a few others. It's some companies are laid off during the winter, so we're trying to wait for them to get back up and going here. But we're looking for Superior Paving. We're going to go talk to Google and Prince Serve. That's my buddy's mother, so we're going to try them. So,
They're a sponsor of the track. They do our rooms and stuff for us. So it's good to have them on board.
Absolutely.
They sponsor you as well. So Jonathan Baker, another question from him. What if a new car comes there from a different track? Do they got to change everything over for our rules, or no, just one?
Usually you should try to change it over. It depends if it's big, huge differences, like say camber, we're allowed 1.5 inches right front, and your track calls for way more camber. That's something you're definitely going to want to change because they're not going to want to see you get away with that. But as far as safety, you're pretty much good all anywhere to go.
Yeah, we've got high safety standards as far as
We do have high safety standards, but we definitely can't have enduro cars come. So
No.
Full roll gauges. They did add on a few safety features this year. Head supports on both sides of the seat, so I agree with that.
Yeah.
100%.
And then we have to say hi, of course, to Phil Hayes' favorite sister. She's checking in from St. Augustine, Florida. We're really jealous. Yeah, gonna plug it, rub it in. Thanks, Shelly, for tuning in. Oh gosh, I wish I were in Florida right now. I'm telling you.
Is she one of the 50-50 girls? Usually?
No.
Not that one, huh?
No, Shelly was up at the track once last year. I believe I met her. So she supports us down there and stuff. Your brother is here. He's chatting, but yeah, he's yeah. So other than that, I mean, is your goal to, looking at 2018, is your goal to get more than 6 wins? Is it to get more? I mean, we're running 21 weeks, so the Wildcats, providing it doesn't rain, are actually going to run 20 races because that 1 week you have off, the other 4 cylinders. But what are your goals going?
My goals.
Speak of the devil.
There he is. There he is. No, my goals are definitely not to win every race. My goals are to be consistent. Consistency is what gets you through. Like I said, last year we had no DNS, and that helped me. There's one of those wrecks where I didn't think the car was going to start back up. We lost all power. And, that honestly could have killed the season as far as the championship. That's all it could have taken. Put you back in points, and that's it. So, I mean, no, it's never to win as many races as you can. I mean, it's fun, but consistency is...
Nice to have that little shack. I mean, you did make some money last year. Yeah. I mean, more than that division. So.
Now, if you had to put a number on it, what would you say is your percentage of your shot of winning the championship again in 2018?
Well, we have a lot of new cars coming in, a lot of new competitors. It's hard to say. I feel pretty confident we're going to be right up there, like last year. Championship is always up in the air. We got Cody Sabins who just walked in.
Cody just walked in. He's filling out his
signing up,
registration
trying to take out the 33 car
right now.
Yeah, he was listening. He's like, I can't let him get away with this.
Yeah, he had a Bluetooth through his radio on his car while coming over.
So now we have the last 2 champions in the house.
Yeah, it's gonna be an amazing year with the Wildcats. Yeah. Zach, we thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, thank you for having me.
And it's for us anyway, watching you put the work in on your car, charging the cars and stuff. It's nice to watch. As I said, come down the backstretch and you can use that outside group and go by everyone. But you still have even though you had fast car, you still have you got to drive it.
Oh yeah, and, it took a lot. It was a lot of seat time. Seat time is what made me comfortable with the car.
Yeah. So we want to thank Zach Lynn, our 2017 T-Bird Mini Mart Wildcat Champion. He's going to stick around here while we release the modified news that a lot of you have been tuning in to watch. Hopefully, many of you from down in New Hampshire. I know Mike Douglas is watching, and I know there's some other ones out there too. So we thank you for tuning in. And I could foresee Zach getting a modified one day. I bet you it's going to happen.
Be fun.
He's looking for a sponsor. He's looking for a Jurai.
Yeah, the sponsors out there. Yeah, one sponsor modified.
Yeah, you want to get owner.
If you want to step out, we'll go to commercial. We'll be right back after these messages. Hi, I'm Bubba, and this is Billy Bob. We're down here at Daddy's Pizza. Not my daddy, not his daddy. We down here at Daddy's Pizza on Pleasant Street in Claremont. If you got yourself a hankering for pizza, come on down, and some soda. You come on down. Tell them Billy Bob and Bubba sent you.
Looks like I'm having some technical difficulties.
Testicle difficulty?
There we go. A little bit of a delay.
Is that what he said?
Something.
Yeah, that's what I said. All right, folks, so our open modified race, we said this year we're having 3 tour-type modified races at Claremont Speedway this year. First one's May 26th, the Ron Bouchard Auto Stores 100, sponsored by Spathco and Jericho, the Tri-Track open modified race that's taking place first time ever at Claremont Speedway, 6,000 to win, 1,000 to start. Right now, I think they have like 25 or 26 cars registered and a lot of Claremont drivers.
And you know what's sad about this? I look at this race coming up, and I'm all excited about it. And I read the news that Dwight Jarvis may be hanging it up.
Trust me, it was a rough day for me.
Dwight, if you're out there listening, you have no idea what you did for racing here in the Northeast, with your 20 championships and then just everything you brought to the table and the sportsmanship and the excitement and thrills that you did. We'd really, really love to have you be a part of this race.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. We said, we're going to Tri-Track out. Maybe Dwight can wheel it one more time for us in front of the Claremont crew that came up here and watched it for years. And he first started racing in '73 at Claremont.
I mean, it just seems weird not, you have a big modified race and Dwight's not going to be there. That's strange.
So that's our first race of the season, our first modified race. That's a Saturday night show. A lot of good excitement about that one, and that's all our support divisions will be running that race. So the next race, as I mentioned, the August 18th race, which is the one that Claremont Speedway is hosting, are putting on. We're getting help from the racing guys.
That one's 10,000 to win.
Yeah, huge supporters of Claremont Speedway this year, and it's a pleasure to work with Dick Williams and Jim Schaefer and that group. So,
but it's not going to be 10,000 to win.
No, it could be. It may be. But folks, what I'm going to share with you is just the baseline. The bottom is what we're doing right now. The racing guys are working as well. There's more money. They're kicking in on this race. They want to see this race be successful. So I'm going to share with you the bottom of what we're talking right now, and it will be more than this. So stand by. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I know I really started shaking when Jim okayed this. Just kidding.
You weren't shaking as bad as Jim was when he okayed it.
No, it's not going to work for me. Oh, this is not good. Sorry, folks. Stand by here.
Play sad here.
Yes. It's freezing. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'll tell you what's going to happen.
Testicle difficulty again.
It will be 100 green flag laps. $3,000 to win, $500 to take the green. Top 5 positions will at least make $1,000. I think the way the purse structure works right now is $1,000 to win, $2,000 for second. I think it was $1,600 for third. I can't recall off the top of my head.
And then like $1,250 and $1,000.
And then it goes down to $1,000, and then from down out is $500. There's discussions with the racing guys. Like I said, they're working behind the scenes on adding a lot more money to this purse. It's a $20,000 purse that Claremont Speedway is committing to this race to bring in these modified drivers. And there's the other caveat to it. We have another open modified race we're running on September 8th. So if you register for the tri-track race, you register for our 2 races on August 8th and September 8th, August 18th and September 8th. Whoever has the lowest or the best finish of all 3 races, average of all 3 races, will get a $1,000 bonus as well. So hopefully, that'll help recruit some cars to come in and watch. I mean, to race.
Kind of look at it as like a Triple Crown series,
yes.
The Triple Crown winner will get $1,000.
Yep, so the August 18th race, we mentioned 100 green flag laps. That's a Saturday night show, too. So hoping teams from Connecticut will come up that are running tri-track race with us. They'll come and race our Claremont race as well. So we said like $3,000 to win, $500 to take the green. And there'll be more details released about that. I'll put the registration forms online. It's a $175 or $100 a race for our races, or $175 if you want to register for both. So it's a little bit of a discount. So I will make those available tomorrow on ClaremontSpeedway.net. And obviously, if we have to have a certain number of registrations, that number is yet to be determined whether or not we're going to go on with the race or not, because we want to make sure it's valuable to everybody.
Absolutely.
So that's our modified news. Hopefully, I apologize that slides weren't working. I had to call it out. Any questions, you can message the track on Facebook or email us at ClaremontSpeedway@gmail.com. But I'm really excited about the modified races.
Oh, absolutely. And this is going to put Claremont Speedway back like it was in the old days, where they had these big open modified shows. And this is going to be great for fans and our support divisions alike. There's a lot going on at Claremont Speedway this year. The Granite State Pro Stock Series, we're going to have them opening night. Just with everything that's going on, even our nights when we're going to have our 3 support divisions running, we're going to have something else going on. Nobody's going to go home dissatisfied or unhappy. Everybody's going to feel they got their money's worth. And, we want to fill the place like it used to be in the old days. The price isn't going up. Well, it will for special races.
Yeah.
Every racetrack does that. But come on down to Claremont Speedway and see what's going on down there. I'm pretty sure you're really going to enjoy this year, especially with all 3 divisions. Looks like we're going to have good fields of competition.
Oh, absolutely.
Not only good numbers, but talented fields of competition in all 3 divisions. And that means so much more. You can have 20 cars out there, but if you got 2 fast cars and 18 duds, who wants to watch it? We're going to have multi-talented drivers and good cars in all 3 divisions.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting year. And our support divisions, or our house division, I should say, our weekly racing series divisions, all have 3 extra distance races as well. There'll be a little bit more money kicked in on those. As far as the open modified race, which I neglected to say, we'll be selling laps for those, for hours at least. I'll be selling $20 a lap, so I'll put that out there too if you're interested in purchasing laps or a lap or laps.
And the drivers love those.
Yes, absolutely, and that just adds to the adds to the purse and gets it
And it makes the race more exciting because everybody wants to get to the front and get that lap money, build that lap money up.
So that's it. That's the show tonight, folks.
And don't forget, we're going to do a lot with the kids this year. We're going to have bike giveaways.
Yep.
We're working on hopefully coming up with a kids club. We got some ideas there too. We'd love any suggestions or any volunteers to help with this stuff. Again, there's a lot going on this year, and we'd love to have your input, and we'd love to see you on race night.
Thank you all for watching our episode 3 of Facebook Live. Zach Lynn, thank you for coming tonight.
Absolutely.
I'll see you.
Thanks for having
I'll
me.
see you
Zach.
across the street anyway. And we're looking forward to episode 4. Will be in 2 weeks here. I think probably Chris Coburn will be on, hopefully, and I think there's going to be someone else joining him as well. So tune in at that point in time. You can follow us on Facebook or stay up to date on ClaremontSpeedway.net. Thank you all for watching tonight.
See you at the races. We can sit here and look cool until it shuts it off.